We're pretty much 1 month away now until the Trails in the Sky remake comes out, and of course with that, over here on the Gung Ho YouTube channel, we've got what I believe to be the start of the final push for like trailers, like advertising and all sorts of things like that for the remake. We've got ourselves the Grantle regional trailer, which I will of course be doing my reacting and going over it, and we got this very cool promotional trailer for the game as well. Now, I'll probably skip doing the reaction for this. I'll definitely skip doing the reaction for this because I actually saw this trailer for myself a couple days ago, back on the Japanese version on Falcom's channel over there. But I'll definitely go over it a little bit. I'll talk about it a little bit because they do have some cool things in there. And then we got some more stuff on the website that got updated. I believe there's also a couple articles I want to pull from as well. And of course, a lot of the things I'm going to be talking about in this video are going to be spoilers for the first Trails in the Sky game. So if you do not want to know any of that and want to go into the game blind, if anyone watching has not played this game before, then I, of course, like I usually do in these videos, will give my spoiler warning here. I always like to do it in the beginning, like I always say. So other than that, it's really about all I wanted to say for now. So let's go ahead and get started by starting off with going over and reacting to the Grantle Regional Introduction trailer. Oh, the Grantle remix is so good!
This city is huge! I came here with Dad
look
once,
at it.
but was it always this big?
It is the largest
Grantle's
city in the
huge.
kingdom. At the end of the main avenue is Grantle Castle, where Her Majesty lives.
Oh, is this little area by like
There's
the Bracer
also
Guild
the
and the little
Cathedral
cafe?
Preceptian Church, the Grand Arena, and
I
the
think the
embassies
Bracer
of
Guild was
various
there.
nations.
Actually, no, it was like more like the middle part.
Is that so? You know a lot
Oh,
about
look at
this
the
place,
cafe.
Joshua.
I remember Olivier playing with
Whoa.
the
Look,
piano in there.
it's the castle.
Oh, the castle. Oh, it looks so
Welcome
good.
to the Grantle branch of the Bracer Guild.
Oh my goat, Elnan, the
There's
best
nothing my spear
Bracer
cannot
Guild
pierce.
branch person
Silence,
on the desk,
Philip.
in my
I've had
opinion.
quite enough of your
Her,
nagging.
Duke Dunan,
Your
I remember
Grace.
hating you.
Are you sure you
Butler,
want to do
Philip.
this?
Nice. They look
And
good.
perhaps it falls
Oh,
upon
Queen
me
Alicia.
to tell
Oh, that
you.
shot with her.
If
The
you wish
shit
to
there.
become a
Sick.
true demon, you must be ready
Oh,
to
Lawrence.
abandon everything.
Oh, the purple eyes. Oh, that's
Trails
sick.
in the Sky, first
Okay.
chapter. Accepting
was cool.
pre-orders now. Let's go.
Oh man, okay.
Our
There's a few
valuable
things to
journey
talk about with
awaits.
that. Probably mostly just with the characters though,
Falcom.
which I could do on the website. But I still think it would be nice to go over the updated locales at Grantle. It's looking really cool. Grantle is always my favorite area in Liberl, so to see it like fully updated, I've been waiting ever since they started doing these region trailers from Roland, obviously from the start. I was like, oh, I can't wait for Grantle. It's gonna look so cool, and here it was, and I was very pleased by it. Very, very cool stuff right there. Castle looks sick, just like Estelle and Josh were saying. Well, I guess for starters, for things to talk about, I do really love, like, just right off the bat, showing off, like, the central main streets area of Grantle. I do really like how it looks. It makes it feel more like how Crossbell City in the Cold Steel games, and Heimdall in the Cold Steel games, and Edith in the Daybreak games, like, look, making it really, really giving off that feeling of, like, yep, this is, like, the capital main, like, city area of the country. And because obviously, like with the original Sky games, they still gave off that feeling with how Grantle looked, but with it being in like the 3D more and like more HD and stuff with all like the textures and the modeling of the buildings and all that, you can clearly see even more like, yep, this is the capital city. So yeah, seeing little details like that always really makes big differences when it comes to remakes, something I've always really loved with remakes. And I also like how this part, you know, you get to go through like the cafe, all sorts of the other parts down below with Joshua, and I like how they have Joshua be in control there. Kind of, that's kind of like the, it's not underground, but it's like the underlayer, I guess, part of Grantle, if you will, because it's like downstairs from the medium era, medium central area. And I'm not sure if this was intentional or not, but I don't know, like it just gets my brain thinking with like them having Joshua control that, with like, oh, Joshua being like the mysterious, like you know, there's more to meets the eye with Joshua than like compared to Estelle, so that's why they had him being in control of the area. I know I'm probably overthinking that, but I don't know. Maybe Falcom had that in mind, and I don't know. I just thought that was a pretty cool detail too. Now, there's just one last thing I want to go over with the Grantle regional trailer before wrapping up my talking points here, because I'll save the going over the characters and all of that they showed when we hit up the website. Although stuff like Queen Alicia and Lawrence's shots. Those shots they had at the end for them, those are pretty sick. Those were pretty cool. But yeah, back to what I really want to talk about with the castle. It looks really cool. just to see its grandiose, like, elegance just shining, radiating just all around Grancel. You can really just feel more of the majesty from the castle with how, like, much bigger it feels like, and how much taller it feels like. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, you might be able to see a little more, like some of the shots of like Estelle walking towards the castle. I think you can probably see a little more details and like stuff of range of the castle compared to how it was in the original game. I think I'm not entirely sure because I feel like I remember there being, because again, like I've stated a handful of times with these talking points, it has been a while since I've played the Sky game, so I don't really remember every single little detail here and there. Um, but I don't think they ever showed like that much like width and range of the castle unless it was like kind of like a cutscene where like they were like panning the shot over when Estelle and the gang were entering. Because I think I do remember there being at least one cutscene throughout the trilogy of something like that. But man, just seeing the castle just fully more in HD, like I was saying in the rest of the city, it's just so cool. Before we head on over to the website to talk about the things such as like the character note updates for Grancel, and I think maybe one other thing that they updated on there. I want to quickly talk about the stuff that I was going to with the promotional trailer that they had. Now, initially, I was just gonna maybe just go over it a little bit, but considering the fact that it's mostly kind of just like showing footage that like the character trailers have shown, maybe just like extended like a little bit. There's not like a super lot to go over already, but I did want to just include the whole trailer in this segment to those who maybe haven't seen it because it is such a great trailer, especially with like some of the music choices they have. Like, oh my god, to those who know, with some of the music choices they had in this, so good. So sit back, relax, grab the snacks, the drinks, all sorts of that good stuff, and enjoy a really great show.
Everyone, let's go! We're finally guild members! That was a good night's rest.
That serious expression doesn't suit the Estelle I know.
Get your filthy hands away from Estelle!
As bracers, your true journey starts now.
This is gonna stink. Stunned!
For your trouble.
I was taught to wield a sword to protect others.
What's most important is Amor and Pax.
The Royal Guard's high-speed cruiser, Arsene. The one and only.
Oh, I recognize you two. So you were the up-and-coming Gracers the branch officer mentioned.
Oh boy, that hit the spot.
Have you lost your nerve, Oscar? Impressive, Julius.
Cry if you need, scream if it helps. But first, stand on your own damn feet.
If you wish to become a true demon, you must be ready to abandon everything.
Grandpa, we can't let this continue.
No, don't shut it down.
I'm Estelle, Estelle Bright. Your name. Cough it up. I already told you mine.
My name is...
Trails in the Sky. First chapter.
Releasing September 2025.
How about that, huh? No matter how many times I see that, oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. And the music choices is crazy. Doing the final dungeon theme, hearing the remix of the final dungeon theme underneath the Grancel Castle, that was badass. And then, of course, they play the credits theme, I believe that is, at the little end bits of this trailer too. But man, just so much cool stuff. I love how, I guess we'll just go over my mini talking points here since I'm already kind of doing it. love how they, extend a little bit more about some of the shots they had in the character trailers. And they have a couple of new things in here as well. Like the beginning shot with like Estelle and Joshua like looking up in the sky, and that's mocking, not mocking, that's recreating the like the box art basically of the original game of like them like looking up into the sky. I think that's the same poses they're doing in there too, which that's, oh my god, like that's just everything too, man. And yeah, just so much good stuff, and I'm just in awe about this trailer, man, as I'm sure you can obviously tell. Alright, we're back on the website of the game to go ahead and go over the character notes from the encounters in Grand Souls. Let's go ahead and get started. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. The encounters in Grand Soul, and of course we gotta start with the one, the only, Queen of Liberl, Queen Alicia von Oslies herself, the beloved Queen of the Kingdom of Liberl, the 26th ruler of the Kingdom of Liberl. Queen Alicia is a noble and graceful monarch who embodies the dignity and inner strength befitting her station. With exceptional diplomatic skill, she has successfully maintained the independence of Liberl, a small nation caught between two powerful neighbors, Aragonia and Calvert, I think they're referring to, if I remember right. Her foremost priority is the well-being of her people, and her unfaltering dedication has earned her the love and admiration of Liberl citizens across generations. Now, this description is not kidding at all when it comes to talking about how she feels between the Kingdom of Liberl, especially when you go through like the rest of the game and kind of see how she feels about the kingdom, and like it's telling Joshua about the Cretan and with stuff like in the second game also as well, with how she responds and reacts very quickly to the events that transpired at the end of the first game, and obviously of course with like the famous 100 Days War when that happened as well. She is a very, very great queen who knows exactly what she's doing. I don't know why I did not mean to have baby talk there. And speaking of baby talk, kind of in a way, because he kind of acts like a baby pretty much. Let's move on to Duke Dunon. Now, Duke Dunon. I've never been the biggest fan of this character. I'm pretty sure I've made myself clear already from what I'm saying reacting to the Grand Soul trailer. He's an interesting character though. You'll see what I mean if you haven't played the games, the Sky games. He definitely can get annoying at times, I'll say that. The self-indulgent Duke, a nephew of Queen Alicia and a potential heir to the throne. Dunon is known for being selfish and arrogant, often causing trouble with his reckless behavior, which has led to extremely low popularity among the public. He lives a luxurious and debauched lifestyle, and has been a constant source of stress for his butler Philip since childhood. Yeah, they're not kidding. Yeah, look at that. Even Estelle knows what's up right there. She's like, oh my god, this guy's a pain in the ass. And Josh was like, oh, I mean, he's really not that bad, right? Like, I mean, actually, you know what, Estelle, you're right. He's pretty awful. Philip's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I do apologize for how he acts. And I think I do remember there being a funny scene. I don't remember if this was in the first game, though. With, I think it might be in the border gate between Bose to Ruan, or maybe it was some other border gate, but I think I remember there being a scene where, like, he's there, and Agate's there, and Agate says some, like, crazy funny stuff towards him that, like, gets on his nerves. So that was really funny. Agate, you know, he doesn't mess around when it comes to annoying people like that. So, thank God for people like Agate. Let's move on to Philip Runal, the very great butler of Duke Dunon that we were literally just talking about. The ever-gentle butler shaped by years of service and friendship. An elderly gentleman who serves as the butler to Duke Dunon. In contrast to his master, Philip is kind and courteous to everyone he meets. As Dunon's tutor and caretaker for over 20 years, he has endured his master's selfish nature with great patience. Although often frustrated, he refrains from being too strict with his master, perhaps out of guilt, believing his own guidance is somehow inadequate. Don't you worry about that, Philip, I can assure you. It wasn't your fault. Oh, that's so cool! Look at that! It's got Estelle in the main outfit over there with the scene in the end of the game where her and Joshua got to head over to the Queen's room to deliver the letter from Tita's grandfather, and talking about stuff like the Black Organ and the coup d'etat. That's so cool! We get a little bit, it's a teaser to that scene. That's going to be a fun scene to see in the remake. I can't wait to see that one fully, especially when Joshua's reaction is like, Estelle, I already had to wear a dress in the school play, now I gotta wear a maid uniform? What the hell, man? What the hell? And next one up, we got Kurt Nardin, the last of the main four very cool quadruple four bracer group of Grant, Karna, Annalise, and Kurt. A veteran bracer skilled in specialized combat. A veteran senior bracer affiliated with the Gransel branch. Kurt is skilled in both the spear and Eastern Feng Shui techniques. Within the Liberal Kingdom, his combat skills are considered second only to Cassius. Kurt also trains younger bracers as a mentor. Even Sherazard, who works in Roland, once trained under Kurt during her junior bracer days. Yeah, Kurt is very cool, and I think they also, well, I guess it's kind of more in like the second game, but I think they do it a little bit in the first game too, if I remember right. They kind of tease it like Kurt's kind of got some interesting stuff going on with him too. And very cool, like talisman-like stuff as well. And then look at that, of course they had to have him with the rest of the four to go off what I was saying. The main four badass group of bracers you don't want to mess with here in the world. Hell yeah. And oh, speaking of hell yeah, let's go. Moving on to the best Gransel Liberalian receptionist in the Gransel branch, Elman. Or at least in my opinion. I love Elman so much, as I made that very clear. He's super cool. He's a super fun character. Receptionist of the Bracer Guild's Gransel branch, a young man who serves as the receptionist at the Bracer Guild's Gransel branch. He is soft-spoken and polite, earning the community's deep trust as the face of the Royal Capital's Guild branch. You need to have someone like that to run the Gransel stuff for the capital city. Elman also possesses remarkable leadership skills, recognized and respected even by veteran bracers. Kurt. Very fun character, and look at that, it's probably when they're checking in to Gransel during the coup d'etat. And it's also nice to have a more kind of like polite, soft-spoken, like kind of gentle person, especially with all the craziness of Estelle and Joshua coming into Gransel at the time that they do, or like Chloe's being chased by Alan Richard and all of that stuff, and the coup d'etat's like happening, and the Black Ormond stuff they gotta tell the Queen about. It's very nice to have that ray of sunshine. Ooh, okay. I kind of saw this earlier with like the corner of my eye, but now seeing this fully, we got Lawrence Belgar has his own page too. That is very cool. I do like how they give him a page. I mean, I guess that makes sense, obviously. He was literally focused there at the end of the Gransel trailer. A mysterious young man with an inscrutable presence. A mysterious young man clad in a combat-enhancing suit that conceals his face. Lawrence combines incredible speed with masterful swordsmanship, making him so formidable that even veteran bracers stand little chance against him. Though he appears several times during Estelle and Joshua's journey, his identity and intentions remain completely unknown. That's one of the coolest parts of his story in this game, is not only just like seeing like how dangerous and how like strong he is, but just stuff with the identity, like just learning like who is this guy, because you can see like locks of silver-like hair kind of shining below through that like red visor from the helmet there. It's just a very interesting guy. Like I wonder who that is. And then even with Joshua, again, some teasing there too, like from the in the fight arena in Gransel, with Joshua kind of feeling like there's something off between this Lawrence guy. He might know something about who he is. It's very interesting stuff like that. Lawrence is a very cool character. TLDR, very cool character, and learning more about his mysteries and who he is one of the coolest like kind of story lore mysteries of the game. His composed demeanor lends him an air of inscrutability, making it hard to ascertain his true character. Now, before I go off and start talking about the article that I want to, let me go ahead and check if there's anything else on the website that I can go over. Let's check out this Gransel vacancy. What is this thing? Oh, it's just like going. Oh, okay, that's right. I forgot they do this. They go over like a little bit more of the regions. Well, we can go over this because I believe it goes over some more stuff that the trailers don't as well. So yeah, let's do it. Royal capital, Gransel. Along with the Queen's residence, Gransel Castle, the city is home to important landmarks such as the Gransel Cathedral, the Grand Arena, and the embassies of various nations. These features make Gransel the political and cultural heart of the nation. The entire city is encircled by the long Annenberg Wall. During the 100 Days' War a decade ago, Gransel was the only one of Liberal's 5 major cities to evade occupation by the Erebonian Empire. While smaller in scale compared to cities in the Empire and the Republic, Gransel enchants visitors with its royal traditions and enduring sense of elegance. Here we go, going over some of the locales they were talking about within Gransel. We got first up the Grand Arena. An arena in the east block of Gransel, the Grand Arena is the venue for an annual martial arts tournament held in celebration of the Queen's Birthday Festival. Renowned martial artists and swordsmen from abroad often participate, drawing attention due to the high level of competition. At the same time, gate, the checkpoint within the Annenberg Wall, which demarcates, probably butchering that pronunciation, the Zeiss and Gransel region. Visitors who climb to the top of the gate are rewarded with a panoramic view of the Annenberg Wall, which winds its way from north to south, as well as the intricate highways of the Zeiss and Gransel regions. This extraordinary vantage point has made Sankheim a popular sightseeing spot. Oh, okay, that's cool they go over this place. Herbal Royal Villa, I love this place. And I wish they kind of went over this a little bit in the original trailer, but I guess it makes sense that I understand it, because it is outside of the city. But it is very, very cool. Just because it's outside the city does not mean that it's not cool as well. It is super, super cool. A small palace located in the southeast of the royal capital, belonging to the royal family of Liberl. The villa is typically open to the public as a place of relaxation, allowing visitors to marvel at its exquisitely manicured garden and rare artworks gifted by the Urban Royal Villa is accessible from Gransel and Stone Caves, making it an attractive destination for tourists. Well, albeit there are, your handful of monsters here are dangerous monsters here and there on the pathway to the Royal Villa. So it's not really entirely like a very peaceful walk, but, if you put the monsters aside, set those aside, it's a very nice place, very nice walk to get to the villa through all the trees in the forest. The last thing I want to talk about in this video now is over here on pushsquare.com. I've got the article I want to talk about that I thought was really interesting, mentioning how the Trails in the Sky reportedly is double the length of the original game, which when I found out about this, I thought that was pretty cool, which I kind of expected that was going to be the case because of other remakes such as like Final Fantasy VII Remake and probably some other ones as well. Like I'm pretty sure like those are like obviously like double the game too, and for Final Fantasy VII's case, that's for Remake Part 1, that's only just like the Midgar section of the game, and like trying to 100% it, I think might be longer than all of the original FF7, and that's like the whole story entirely, which is crazy. So I kind of had some thoughts that Trails in the Sky would do that, so it is kind of cool to hear that. So that definitely tells me that they're going to have like some new side quests and maybe some new side story kind of stuff as well related to side quests. We'll have to see, I guess, as the game comes out next month. And I'm very sorry for the card ads in the background. I think I've mentioned this probably so many times, but I probably really should get an ad blocker. I mean, I guess it kind of is like Trails adjacent in a way, right? I mean, Van Arkride loves his cars, so with how much of a big car geek Van is, maybe that is kind of like good enough. Maybe it kind of fits the vibe of it being Trails related, even though that's not Liberl where that happens, that's Calvert, but still, I'll kind of count it. So yeah, let's get to reading the rest of this article. So here we go. Trails in the Sky first chapter looks like a phenomenal remake based on everything we've seen so far. I do agree with that. Agree heavy with that. But those hoping for a one-to-one recreation of the PSP and PC original may be in for a shock. As per a new interview with Japanese outlet Gamer, as reported by RPG Sites, one of my favorites when it comes to things on Trails, Falcom president Toshihiro Kondo suggests that first chapter may actually be double the length of the original release. For reference, 2004's Trails in the Sky takes most players roughly 40 hours to beat, making it one of the shortest games in the long-running Trails franchise, which, when you go through it, it makes sense of it being like the first one. They had like less stuff to like Falcom had like less stuff to work with game design, because I think it was really Trails was like one of the biggest things that like had Falcom like booming. I mean, obviously like East like helped as well, of course, and East was like kind of like a pioneer for like certain like RPG stuff as well, especially on the Japan side of the game market. But Trails, I think, was like one of the biggest things that really helped Falcom get out there on the market for RPGs. Much more recent installments, like Trails Through Daybreak, can easily keep you playing for 90 hours or more, which that also makes sense. I'm on Chapter 4 of that game currently and already have like 80-ish hours into the game. When we had a programmer meeting, the main programmer said that it took them 80 hours until they cleared Trails in the Sky first chapters, says Kondo. This included a considerable amount of exploration-related content across the map, which could have been one of the reasons for the longer runtime, he explains. Now, we've always expected first chapter to be bigger than the game it's based on. It is, after all, a complete 3D remake, which inherently lends itself to an elongated gameplay structure. As Kondo alludes, there's more depth to exploring 3D environments, and let's not forget that certain cutscenes are now fully animated. But at 80 hours, if you take things fairly slow, this is sounding like another serious time sink for RPG fans. I mean, when are RPGs never time sinks, so, like, to be fair. But that is very true. It is interesting to see it be a bigger jump from the original version. If you do all the exploration properly, oh, sorry, I didn't see the comment there. If you do all the exploration, properly listen to the voices during events, and do the quests, it'll take twice as long as the original. The time spent to watch the events may be a lot indeed here, Kondo continues. What do you make of this? Were you always expecting for his chapter to be considerably longer than the original Trails in the Sky, or does this newfound length come as a shock? I think that's just like what articles kind of normally do at the end. I was kind of expecting it. I wasn't expecting that much of a jump from like 40-ish to 80, but I was kind of expecting it to be slightly longer. So, I'm sure, why not? What the hell? I guess I'll give them an answer. As thanks for fueling some things I can use for content for my video. Has this news impacted your interest? I guess I'll just say it's exactly what I wanted to hear, because I am very excited for this game. Alright, with all that great news out of the way, that goes ahead and wraps up all the stuff I wanted to talk about in today's Trail in the Sky Remake video. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, as we went over more stuff, all sorts of good stuff, Grancel, promotional video, more stuff on the website, and the article that being double the length. And like I mentioned at the start of the video, we are so close, of course, to the release of the game, pretty much just a month away, and you can really kind of tell some of the trailers and stuff they put out, especially with that promotional trailer, that being the biggest thing of all, and them kind of, with Kondo, Falcon President, talking more about like the length, stuff like that. We're getting really close to the launch of the game, and I'm super excited. And I'm not entirely sure if they're going to have like any more trailers out, to be honest, like going forward from now until release. Although I feel like they've got to have at least like one more, maybe, considering like it's still a month away. That's like very soon, but I feel like there's room to like squeeze in maybe one more. I just don't really know what they would show. Maybe kind of more like I don't know, like maybe something more on like focus on Estelle and Joshua, although I guess that's kind of what the promotional thing was about. So yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see how it goes from here with stuff like trailers and all that, because this very well could be the last stuff we get for the trailers. And if so, that is the case. Wow, what a banger way to end off with a promotional trailer. That trailer is so good. So yeah, once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I always love to talk about trail stuff, and every time I get my chance with more Sky news, I'm always very excited to jump right into making a new video. And eventually I want to get to a point where I want to talk about like the whole series as a whole, like outside of the Sky stuff. I would love to do that too, but I feel like I'd rather do that when I've like caught up on all like the current games myself to do that, considering, you know, there's probably like, you know, I'd have to include stuff like the Daybreak games in there, and I can't really do that, of course, when I'm still going through the first one at the moment. Okay, enough out of me. So yeah, once again, from the top, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and are also, of course, looking forward to the Trail in the Sky remake as well. It's going to be a fun time, only 1 month away, and I'm also still considering doing a playthrough on the game too. I'll think more on that like the closer we get. I'll definitely think more on that, and I'll keep you guys posted if I do end up doing one. That is the case. So yeah, have a great day, evening, afternoon, night, depending on wherever you are in the time zone, and I'll see y'all later, Zamirians.